Well, it's fantastic to be with you, Freddie. And I have been so encouraged by the work and ministry of Christians Against Poverty. And so we just want to take a few moments just to hear about the ongoing work of CAP and how we can support you as a Love Church community. So I think for those that are listening this morning, have never heard about CAP, tell us who you are and why you exist as an organization.
Yep, sure. CAP stands for Christians Against Poverty. It started back in 1996, so what's that, about 24 years ago. It started with one guy up in Bradford who himself was in debt, and he managed to claw himself out of debt. And in the process, he sort of had his epiphany moment, and he thought this is what God wants him to do. So hence why CAP was sort of born back in the 90s. And basically what we do is we sort of help people in debt who are in what we call unmanageable debt. We find solutions for them, and then we help them to actually get out of debt. So the work has grown. We now have around 300 debt centres up and down the country. The local one here in Bournemouth, which we work through, which we work out of Love Church, that was started 2 years ago, and that's going really well. CAP have also expanded their work in the meantime. In addition to debt, they also do a number of other services as well. They have job clubs, which help people to find work, which is obviously quite pertinent at the moment. And also they do life skills course, which help people to live healthily and to how to people to cook on a budget and things like that. So yeah, so that's what sort of CAP basically does.
Yeah, it's so exciting. I sat down a few weeks ago to myself when we were just chatting to you about just some of the impact that you've had, particularly over the last 12 months, and I was blown away by the reach into community. Tell us some of the greatest highlights that you've just seen over the last number of months at CAP.
Yeah, it's been a funny 12 months as well, Greg, actually, obviously with COVID-19, and that sort of hampered our seeing new clients. So it's been quite frustrating as well. But saying that, God has done some amazing work in people's lives. And I think we now have around 14 clients who are debt-free. And that totals just under, I think it's just under £300,000 worth of debt that's now being dealt with. We've had also a good number of folk who have actually responded to the gospel, which is great, always. We're actually now hosting our own CAP Alpha online course, which is going really, really well. And we also do something called CAP Money. It's a short course run over 3 evenings, which help people to manage their finances well. And we've run a number of courses over the last 12 months, and I think around 70 folk have actually gone through the course, and the feedback has been really, really good. So it's been a really good year. It's been a tough year, but it's been an excellent year in what God has done in the lives of many of our clients.
Yeah, I had the privilege, Freddie, of going through the CAP Money course, and I must say, for me personally, it really equipped me and really helped me. And I just saw what a powerful tool, and would really encourage anyone to go through that. I think one of the questions that we'd like to talk about this morning, I think in light of what experts are saying at the moment, this looming recession, some of the challenges that we're going to face economically, how would you encourage the Love Church community this morning as we face that? Might be in our personal budget and our finances. What encouragement would you give us today?
Yes, it's a good question, Greg. It looks pretty grim out there. The forecasts look pretty horrendous in terms of number of people who could potentially lose their jobs. And what I would say is probably what I say to my CAP debt clients when I see them, particularly on the first visit. When I see them, there's a lot of depression and dejection and fear. And I always reassure them that there is hope. There is a way out. There is a solution. And whatever your circumstances are, whether you've lost your job or you're really struggling to make ends meet, you just can't pay the bills, whatever, there is a solution. There is help out there. There are a lot of agencies out there that are willing to help. So I would say, please seek help. If you're struggling for whatever reasons, please seek help. Contact these agencies. They're there to help. Please don't bury your head in the sand, because the problem will not go away. So please seek help, and the agencies will help. And please don't forget that we have a God that loves us, that knows our situation, and he's here to help us. And he does promise, without sounding flippant, he does promise in his word that he will supply all our needs. So I would say, keep trusting, trust God, and seek help in all the agencies that are actually out there are available to help us.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Freddie. Maybe just to wrap this up, I think for you and for what you're doing, people are listening to this morning. How can we support the amazing work that you're doing at the moment?
Probably in two ways: serving and praying. There are a number of ways in which you can help out CAP here locally in serving, whether that will be in CAP debt or CAP money, or in one of the other two areas in which we're hoping to expand into. So if that interests you, then please contact me, and we can have a chat and take it from there. I'd love you to pray for the work of CAP. We have a great prayer team that pray for the local work of CAP. And if you want to join that, then please let me know, and I will gladly add you to the list. So they're probably the two ways in which you can support the work at CAP here in Bournemouth.
Freddie, that's great input. Just in regards to any practical resources that you may point us to at the moment that would be helpful.
Yes, there are a lot of agencies out there, which I mentioned before, which can really help you depending on what your circumstances is. If you're in debt, then obviously please speak to us here at CAP. If you just need to manage your finances a little bit better, then I'd love you to come onto a CAP money course. The courses are excellent. It's a lot of fun as well. You'll really enjoy it. If you're just really struggling to make ends meet, you just can't feed yourself, feed the family, then obviously there's a lot of food banks in town which you can access. If you need to apply for benefits, for example, if you lost your job, whatever, you need to apply for benefits, then I would say Universal Credit is fairly straightforward to apply for online. But if you need help in that, then please speak to the Citizens Advice or the Job Centre, and they can help you. If you've lost your job, there's another church in Bournemouth that run what's called a CAP Job Club, which I did mention earlier. And you can actually access those guys, and they can actually help you to find work. And finally, I'd probably say there's a guy called Martin Lewis. He's a personal finance guru. He's got a TV program, I think it's on every Thursday night on ITV. He's got a great website called moneysavingexpert.com. His resources are absolutely excellent. So I'd really recommend that you have a look at that stuff, and it gives you some really good advice. So they're the practical resources in which I would probably suggest at this point in time.
Freddie, thank you so much. We are inspired, we are encouraged, and we continue to pray as you go and disciple communities in this area. And thank you so much for taking the time. And we just wrap our arms around you, and we'll continue to see the amazing things that you're doing. Blessings to you.
Thank you, Greg.
Bye.